Okay, so I think this is part 4 of packet 4, and I'm picking up with surface area of cylinders. So this is our formula, which is on the top of your page. This is the page I am on from your packet of part 4, and I'm going to do the surface area, which I've copied the formula over here, so I can scroll down and do the surface area of these two problems that are down here. Your job is to focus on these two on your own after I demonstrate these two for the Heart Academy video. Alright, let me see if I can get my mind back together and do this. First, I think I'll do is recopy the formula over here. Okay, so the formula is pi times radius squared, excuse my handwriting, times 2, see that? And I'm going to add that with pi times diameter times the height. Alright, so here we go. This is the one I'm going to do. Surface area for this one. Alright, so I have pi. We're going to change that to 3.14 times the radius squared. What's the radius? 7.75. And we're going to square, so that means 7.75 times 7.75, not 2. 7.75 times 7.75. I get 60.0625. So times 60.06. I'm just going to cut it off right there. Okay, so remember you can round. And then it says times 2 times 2 times 2, right? And then I'm going to add it with this part. But first, let me go ahead and do the multiplication of this. And then I'll go back and pick up this part. So I shall do the multiplication of that. So it's 3.14 times 60.06 times 2. That amount gives me 377.1768. Okay? I could basically leave this. I'm just going to, make it easier. Take these off. There I go. So remember, you can I could have rounded up to 377.2 instead of just leaving at 17. But I'm okay if you just leave the last two digits, or if you just round this up. As long as you're in the ballpark and your whole number is correct, everything will be fine. Everyone's answer will be a little bit different according to the calculator that you use. Some calculators might write it for you, etc. Or depending on how many digits you use after the decimal, I will know if you did it correct. Even though your answer might be a little bit different than everybody else's, I will still know if you used the correct formula for your answer. So as long as you're in the ballpark, meaning as long as you're only a few digits off, I'll be fine with that. Okay, so let's say I have this part for this part of the formula. So this is what I got. For this have the formula, means this. Multiply it all together, I get this. So now let me do the second part of the formula, which is pi times diameter times the height. Pi times diameter times the height. I don't have enough room over here, so I'll do it down here. Pi, 3.14 times diameter. My diameter, oh my goodness, it does give me diameter. It only gave me the radius. The radius is 7.75. Halfway, 7.75. So how much would it be all the way? Double it. This half is 7.75. That means this half will be 7.75, right? So add them together, you get a diameter. So my diameter is going to be 7.75 plus 7.75. 7.75 plus 7.75. So my diameter is going to be 15.5. Now I can go back to what I was doing. Pi times diameter, which is actually 15.5, times the height. The height being 10.5. 10.5. I want to multiply all that together. 3.14 times 15.5 times 10.5. I get 511.03. Okay, so that means this part of the formula right here, I got that, and I ended up with that. And what does it say to finally do at the end? Add them. So I will add this plus this. Okay. So that means I have 377.17 plus 511.03. Voila. My final answer shall be, for surface area, I'll put it right here, 888.2. I'm measuring in meters. Surface area is going to be cubed. Ta-da! So there's your final answer, my friends. Remember, volume is always squared. Surface area is cubed. Okay, so I think that's correct. Surface area, no, it's not. Surface area is squared. It's two-dimensional. Volume, your answer should be cubed. Okay.
Didn't those taste good?
So, yeah, those were real good. I know. So, now I'm going to try this one. Doing the surface area for number 4. Whoops. Dang, all I wanted to do was figure it out. Let me go ahead and rewrite my formula real quick. Here's the formula. You just can't see it very well, but remember yours is on the top of your page. So I have pi times the radius squared times 2 for the first half. I'm going to add it with pi times diameter times the height. Okay, let's begin. Change my color. All right, first half, pi 3.14 times the radius squared. What's the radius? It doesn't give me a radius, does it? No, it gives me the diameter. And as we learned, the radius is halfway. Okay, so if the diameter is whole way, radius is halfway. So what would I do? I'm going to cut the diameter in half because I only need this much, not the whole thing. So I'm going to take that 27.9 and do what? Divide it by 2. So 27.9 divided by 2 gives me 13.95. So the radius on this one, which is halfway, is 13.95. All right, now let's pick back up where we were. Pi, radius squared. Oh, this is the radius, but it's not squared. So what do I need to do? I need to take that 13.95 and square it. So that's 13.95 times 13.95, not 13.95 times 2. Okay, so 13.95 times 13.95. And that gives me 194.60 and some other numbers, but I'm just cut it off right there. Okay, now, so this is the first, oh, and then we have that last part, times 2. So times 2. There we go, times 2. And before I get to the second half, I'm going to multiply all these. 3.14 times 194.60 times 2. All right, I get 1,222.088. Okay, I'll just go ahead and take this last 8 on. There. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the second half of the formula, which is this one. I don't have enough room, so I'll do it down here. So I have pi 3.14 times the diameter. Oh, look at that. It gave us the entire diameter, so we can just go ahead and plug that in. 27.9 times the height. The height, which is 29.7. 29.7. Okay, multiply all those. 3.14 times 27.9 times 29.7. Okay, that answer 117.306. I'll just keep it there. So that means the last thing I'm going to do is add them together, adding these two numbers together. Okay, when I do that, I get about 1222.08. Get about 1,339.38. Or some of your calculators might even go up to 0.40 or something. Okay, and yards, surface area is going to be squared. There you go. Okay, so these are two examples. If you need to see it again for you to practice these, be sure to do that. All right, on to the next. Go back to something might be a little bit easier for you, combining like terms. Combining like terms. Here we go. So with these, you got to remember your integer rules. Okay, so I'm going to match things that have the same letters with them, or your naked numbers, which we call coefficients. So I have, remember, keep the sign that's in front of the number, a positive 19p and a negative 16p. So when you combine like terms, what does the word combine mean? It means add. So you have a positive plus a negative. What do we do when we have a positive plus a negative? Subtract, keep the sign of the higher digit. Now, with this section of your test, you will be allowed to use a calculator, okay? So you can put in positive 19 plus negative 16, you'll get 3, okay? So with this part, you would get a 3 with this, and it's going to be a positive 3. So you have a positive 3p right here, and then you can combine these terms. So you have a positive 17 and a positive 3. These are also like terms. So a positive plus a positive, add 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is going to be a 20. This is all you can do with this. There is no equal. You're not trying to solve for p. This is it. This is all that you're going to do. Notice there's no equal sign on any of these. This is just a sheet on combining like terms and remembering what it's like to do this and also to distribute. You are not trying to solve for the letter. You can't. I don't give you an option to do so. All right? So let's move on to the next one, because this also helps you to remember how to distribute. Watch this. Okay, so remember, when you have a letter outside the parentheses, it means you're going to, a number outside the parentheses, you will distribute. You're going to multiply this 16 with a negative 15d, and the 16 also with a negative 8. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is multiply. 16 times negative 15, all right, remember, you're going to use a calculator for this section, just in case. So you have 16 times negative 15, you get negative 240. 16 times negative 15 is negative 240. Keep the letter with it because that 15 carried a d. So negative 240d. Now do, okay, 16 times negative 8. So 16 times negative 8. You have negative 128. Bring down the rest, which is a negative 10d. Now what are you going to do? Combine like terms. What like terms do you see? This one, negative 240d and a negative 10d. Combine like terms means to add. So when you add a negative and a negative, you're going to get a negative. Add those two negatives together. I have really negative 250d. This one can't combine with anything else, so I just bring it back down. Remember, you're not trying to figure out what d is. You're just combining like terms. So this one is done. And this video is about done. So I will stop right here and do the next one. I'm with you guys. Are you with me? I hope so. See you on the next one.